Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State is my guest today on Beyond the Headlines. Your Excellency, you're on record to have said that these attacks on the plateau are not new. You have also highlighted what seems to be a regular pattern of operation, but you have not spoken so much about the why. What intelligence do you have on the factors that have fueled this persistence in the attack for more than a decade?
Thank you, Bosse. I hope you can hear me now.
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Oh, thanks. Like I said, I want to appreciate, on behalf of Plateau State people, the outpouring of love and concern from all Nigerians, because what is happening on the plateau is totally undeserved. Why has it been happening? Your guess is as good as mine. It's left to so many conjectures at this point in time, because no one has come forward to tell us exactly why this is happening. But the patterns that have emerged have shown us that this actually is deliberate, it is orchestrated, it is well planned, and we cannot fathom any reason other than displacement of the people from the land, so that they will vacate the land and leave all the assets that God has deposited there, the arability of the land, the mineral deposits in the land. You would discover that there's a lot of illegal mining taking place in the hinterland. And sometimes you want to find out who are the people behind this illegal mining. And it's difficult to know, because getting access to those places places the life of even security personnel at risk. So what I can tell you now is that the patterns we have seen over the years suggests to us that this is a deliberate land grabbing, ethnic cleansing of some sort, because again, the fact that some communities have been cleared out and fully occupied tells us that that would be the motive.
All right. And then you had before now actually expressed concerns, that security agencies are hesitant about accessing the affected communities, and that when they eventually do, there is a lot of compromise in the system. Is this a case of local perpetrators or local collaborators now?
Yeah, more of local collaborators. You don't need more than one or two people in the community to collaborate with those who are coming from outside the community to attack it. I would rule out the possibility of local collaborators, but what is apparent is that these attackers are not within that vicinity. They come in from somewhere and unleash their attack and then disappear. Now, sometimes it's worrisome that the indigenes are cleaned out, but their neighbors, who are not of the same ethnic stock, are left. So it raises concern. Where is the neighborliness? Where is the sense of community if we cannot be there for one another? And so it raises a lot of questions in our hearts that we need the security agencies to unravel. What I said wasn't so much about hesitation on the part of the security agencies. It is just that by their terms of engagement, they normally would not go on the offensive. They have to wait when there's an attack, then they react. And sometimes the reaction could be slow, not because they intended it to be so, but the terrain itself is quite difficult and challenging. And before they react, a lot of damage would have been done. Yes, there are elements within the security agencies. We cannot deny that. The security agencies have been infiltrated to an extent where you have a lot of fifth columnists inside those security agencies. And sometimes they leak operational details to those collaborators, who now in turn leak it out to these attackers. And so you find that the overall efforts of genuine security agents becomes frustrated. So it's a huge mix of challenges that we're having to contend with.
But now the president has condemned the attacks and he's directed that perpetrators be brought to book. Beyond that, we have seen the National Security Advisor and the Chief of Army Staff visit. And now the Inspector General of Police has deployed police tactical assets to Plateau State. Do you now have confidence in the ability and determination of these authorities to flush out the attackers?
Oh, absolutely. I want to thank Mr. President. I've said it publicly. When this incident occurred, Mr. President called on me from his base outside the country to personally inquire what was happening and ask me what else can be done. And I think it was pursuant to our discussion with Mr. President that you see the security chiefs that they have risen to the occasion. And so far, so good. The extra deployments they have made of men and assets is quite useful. It's reassuring to the communities. And at the moment, I can say that, yes, we are getting somewhere where we need to. But that is not to rest on our oars. Having men and assets in itself is good, but it's not the only thing we need to do. So we're intensifying our intelligence gathering mechanism. We're intensifying community vigilance. We're sensitizing people across the state to be on the lookout. Because I keep saying this, even when the attackers attack, they pass through other communities to escape. Why would no one see them and report them? There are people who have maybe have developed an I don't care attitude, you know, that even when they see suspicious movements, they don't bother to report. But we are dealing with some of the issues. We have to improve on communication because the terrain is such that the commercial telecom operators cannot deploy assets there because it's not commercially viable. We need to find a way of improving communication in those areas. We need to find a way to improve the access to the terrain. And I think we have started a discussion with the Chief of Army Staff that we will probably see the deployment of Army engineers to be able to go in and open up more of those rural roads so that it will make accessibility much easier.